schools, Phoenix NP Complete is also capable of performing the Canada Revenue Agency annual charitable tuition donation calculation, whereby independent schools that are also registered charitable organizations can issue donation receipts for the allowable portion of student tuition fees paid. By providing Phoenix NP Complete with specific data related to tax year and total tax base from your financial accounting package, and by providing the system with grade-specific average secular instruction percentages and grade weight percentages, the system is capable of performing the calculation in its entirety. We won't demonstrate it here today, but that demonstration can be provided to any individual school who requires it. We will now close the charitable tuition donation calculation, return to the main contact information screen, and demonstrate the final aspect of the contact information module. Once entered, individual donation receipts can be edited within Phoenix NP Complete but cannot be deleted. This is to ensure an accurate audit trail. If an individual receipt needs to be removed from the active part of the system, they can be voided instead. Voided receipts can be viewed at the Voided Donations Records interface screen. This provides the user with the ability to view all donations that have been voided and view the various attributes of those donations, including receipt number, contact number, dates that the donation was actually received, the person 1 and person 2 name information, the date that the receipt was voided, who voided it, the net amount of the receipt, the donation type, and the reason for voiding it. We will show how to avoid an actual donation a little bit later in the demonstration. Information from this screen can be printed in case of audit purposes, but it cannot be edited or deleted. At this point, it would be useful and instructive to show how a new contact and how a new donation for that contact can be entered into Phoenix NP Complete. Starting at the main contact information menu, select option 1, Contact Information by Contact Name. The system will then respond by bringing the user to the main contact information form user interface screen. As you can see, contact information is sorted alphabetically by person 1 last name, with surnames beginning with the letter A coming first. The system automatically assigns contact numbers to each record as well. In order to add a new contact, simply move to the Add New Contact button in the lower left hand of the screen and press it. You'll see the system will then clear the screen and will present a new contact number so that new information can be entered on this record. Let's begin by entering some basic name, address information for this contact. For person 1, we can start with a salutation from the drop-down menu, a first name, a last name. If there is any employer, work address, or occupation information, it could be entered as well. If there was a person 2, which we won't do now, that could also be entered in the same way. We can also enter some basic address information, and one can either select a city name from the drop-down menu or begin typing the first few characters, and Phoenix NP Complete will respond by filling in anything that's a match. Postal code information can also easily be typed in. At this point, it then is necessary to identify the relationship of this contact to your organization. Phoenix NP Complete supports up to 3 levels, a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary. For now, though, we'll just deal with a single level. Let's assume this person is a current family, and let's also assume that they are a grandparent. Telephone and email information can be entered simply by typing in the appropriate field, and same thing with email information. It's as simple as that. Now let's add some donations information for this particular contact. In the top left-hand corner, you will see the Contacts tab and the Donations tab. Click on the Donations tab, and that then changes the screen to the main Donations entry interface. Select a donation date, and Phoenix NP Complete automatically generates a new tax receipt number. Enter a gift amount. If there is a non-receivable amount, that can also be entered here. The system will automatically generate the eligible receipt amount. Multiple currencies are supported. The donation type or the payment type can be selected. The donation type, let's assume this is just a straight cash donation, and whether there was a particular fundraising program that this donation was directed towards. Again, that is all there is to entering an individual donation. Let's assume now that you want to verify that that receipt is awaiting printing. That, of course, is easy to do. Simply exit this screen. The system will then return you to the main contact information menu. Select tax receipts and then tax receipts for printing. As you can see, our newly entered donation is awaiting printing. All that remains is to select it and then preview or print them as was demonstrated a few moments ago. Now let's suppose that the user would like to view a report showing all donations received during a particular period in time, and of course we would like to verify that this individual donation is also showing on that report. Simply click Exit, return to the main contact information menu, return to the main menu, click Reports and Fundraising Reports, and then option number 2, Donations Total Report. You'll see a pop-up appears on the screen. Simply select a start date and an end date, and let's view all donations during that period of time. Phoenix NP Complete will then respond showing a report listing all donations received between that start date and that end date. And as you can see, there's one donation that was received, the one that we just entered, and there it is. And there's summary statistics on that particular donation as well. The user can either review that or print it out or close the print preview window, and then it returns the user back to Phoenix NP Complete, and that portion of the review is complete. Let's assume that that last donation record we were reviewing was actually entered incorrectly and now needs to be removed from the system. This will then demonstrate Phoenix NP Complete's void donation capability. We return to the main menu, select the Contacts module, select the first option, Contact Information by Contact Name, and Phoenix NP Complete then directs us to the main contact information form. We now need to search for the contact under whose record the donation entry was entered. So we enter a few characters of the person's first or last name, in this case the last name, press search, and the system responds by pulling up on the screen any records that match that search criteria. We double click on the one we want. Phoenix NP Complete takes us to this contact record, and we can now click on the Donations tab, and as you see, there is the donation record. In order to void this donation, simply select the record, press Void Donation. The system will then respond by showing us the receipt number that we are about to void, and as you can see, they match, and then allows you to either continue with the process or exit if you had selected this incorrectly. Let's continue. The system then asks us for some text to describe why it is that we're voiding this donation for audit trail purposes. So I will enter in here webinar test, press process, and Phoenix NP Complete then responds by saying the record was successfully voided. Once we press the OK button, you will see that the donation entry is then removed from this screen. And there it is. In order to double check that it is in the void queue, press exit, and we can enter the voided donations records queue, and as you see, there it is.